We need a little bit more because we don't. Savings and loan is really a great bank to work with, and they'll borrow us whatever we need, but we don't want to borrow. And so between now and honestly the end of September, I'd like to raise another 30,000. So if you buy lottery tickets, I did and won $12. Remember us. And then September 20th, we have a fall celebration and we rope off the street out here and we have a soup potluck and we have Fred Hargrove, the Rifters, and Michael Hearn in South by Southwest. So it's basically a free event, but of course we'll take donations. And if you're a cooker, because I'm not. You know, it worked out really well a few years ago when we did soup potluck. So we had, I don't know, 10, 15 different types of soup. And with the crowd, we expect the crowd to be a lot bigger this year because of the entertainment. So if you can help us with that, it's September 20th on a Saturday. Fred Hargrove starts at 4, the Rifters at 5, and then Michael Hearn, I think, at 7. So beer and wine and donations. What else can you ask for? But meanwhile, I think Terry or Donnie are going to get up. Terry's going to get up and speak a little bit about Howlin Dog Music Group and the wonderful, wonderful work that they are doing. And again, if you look out the windows on our front porch, you owe us $1. Okay.
Hello, friends and music lovers. It's good to see so many of you up here. Thank you all for coming out tonight, for supporting live music, for supporting venues that provide live music, and for supporting organizations like Howlin Dog Music Group that support musicians. So Don and I and our daughter Heather and some wonderful friends like Susan Gibson, Pam Leitner, several other people on our board created this crazy kind of organization to give grants to singer-songwriters in Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas to record their music. And there were a few reasons for that. One is the loss of live sales, like CDs, physical sales, has made it really tough to earn your money back for paying for recording. So we wanted to help. And our first year, we gave 7 grants and 1 legacy grant. And then in our second year, we were able to increase that amount, offer 10 grants and a legacy grant. And we're hoping to continue that trend. So you can help with all of that. You can become a member, a monthly patron. Heather will be back there to talk to you all about it. We've also got our intern, Unique Bancroft, back there, who is a music industry major here at Adams State. She will be happy to sell you bookmarks, magnets, T-shirts. You can order this T-shirt, the class of 25, all the grantees on the back. And then we have some of last year's left over on sale for $10. What else do we have back there? You can sign up for our email list. You'll get a newsletter about once a month. We have posters from tonight in very limited supply, autographed posters. So grab whatever you want back there. It all goes to these grants I've been talking about. I also want to thank Randall and Kathy back there selling merch for the artists. All 4 of these wonderful people have wonderful merch. And that really, this is part of supporting musicians, is buying their stuff. CDs, T-shirts, hats, They got it all back there. All right. So, the best part's coming right up. These four wonderful people, wonderful songwriters, wonderful friends, they're all involved with Howlin Dog in one way or another. Don Richmond, kind of the godfather of the organization. Susan Gibson is on our board. And is also a very generous donor and monthly patron. Rock on. Walt Wilkins is a monthly patron. Yes, Walt. And Pat is one of this year's grant recipients. So we're very excited. Very excited about that. All right, what am I leaving out, y'all? Okay. Thank you all for coming up. I know you have to be exhausted if you've been at the barn dance for the last 4 days, like me. But we're going to have a great night. Thank you.
This is what it looks like when it's full. I've never seen this. This is awesome.
Yeah, what a treat to have you all here. You have already been of great help and support to everything, to Howlin Dog Music Group for being here, and to Society Hall, and to us and everything else. So it's a great gift to have you here. We're going to do basically songwriter in the round kind of presentation where we just trade off songs, and it's always, I love that because what the person before you played influences what the song that you choose to play, and it becomes this sort of little story that runs through, and we'll probably jump in and play along a little bit if we think we know the other guy's song, but anyway. It's a lot of fun. We'll do 2 sets. I think we'll do basically 3 rounds in each set, and that'll probably be all that our little brains can hold, I'm going to start it out with an old song of mine that I don't know. It's always hard for me to choose a different song to start with when I'm doing solo sets because this song sort of says it for me. One I wrote way back in the 1980s when I had long brown hair, if you can imagine such a thing. But it's a song about getting together with your friends and enjoying the good things in life, sort of like right now. Oh, welcome, my friends, won't you come into my home? Oh, welcome, my friends, the tea is whistling on a juniper fire, so won't you come in, and we'll sit and talk about remember when. So welcome, my friends. Well, there's a warm heart waiting for a knock on the door. Well, there's a smile I'm saving for that story we've all heard before. Oh, time's a wasting. You wouldn't want to be late. There's an extra plate, and we always cook enough for one more. So welcome, my friends, won't you come into my home? Oh, welcome, my friends, there's that homemade wine we didn't finish last time, so won't you come in, and we'll sing old songs if we remember them. So welcome, my friends. Well, there's an extra room in our home and hearts, so don't you go too soon, 'cause we barely had the chance to start. There's a rising moon, and when the dishes are dried, we can go outside just to breathe the air and stare up at the stars. So welcome, my friends, won't you come into my home? Oh, welcome, my friends, you know you always stay away too long, so won't you come in? Sometime you'll have to go, but until then, you're welcome, my friends. You're always welcome in my home. Oh, welcome, my friends. What's mine is yours, and back again, so won't you come in? And we'll have our time, we'll remember when. So welcome, 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 my friends. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. And welcome this gentleman, Mr. Pat Byrne.
Hello, this is very cool to be part of. I love all these people. I'd like to be sitting out there, but I've got a good seat up here. And thank you for supporting Howlin Dog, which means a lot to me because I got a grant this year and it's just made life way easier. You have no idea how much this work is important to people like me, so thank you for doing what you do. And I can't wait to record with Don Richmond later this year. When she circled the wagons, she didn't give me a chance. And she pulled my heart out with a seismic glance. And this race was over before it even began. If I was a horse, they'd shoot me, but I'm only a man. And if I had a designer, he was well equipped. He was tried and tested, and he stuck to the script. He drank a bottle of brandy before he drew up my plans. If I was a house, they'd knock me down, but I'm only a man. I get lost in translation, I fly into a rage. I splatter affection all over the page. But this is no love story, we're not Jack and Diane. If I was a letter, you'd return me, but I'm only a man. And the songs of fondness carry me up towards the planets. Then the songs of numbness send me crashing back down to earth. I'd catch the stars if they'd help me know what you're thinking. If I could paint your dreams, then I would, for all that it's worth. But I can't. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm lying here on the floor, waiting for an answer, for your knock at the door. But you're on greener pastures, you've slipped through my hands, and still if I had wings I'd fly to you, but I'm only a man. Don Richmond. Thank you.
All right, we have another one of my all-time favorite singer-songwriters and human beings here. You might have been able to catch him here this summer when he was passing through, but if not, you're here now. But Mr. Walt Wilkins.
Thank you, Don. I'm gonna sit right here under this tree. Sit right here under this tree and just be. I'm gonna stay in the shade for a while, right here in the shade for a while. When trouble comes to find me, I'll lay back and smile. Now listen to the song on the breeze. Listen to the song singing on the breeze. It's just the wind through these live oak trees. Sounds like this, y'all. I'm gonna sit right here under this tree. Sit right here under this tree and just be. I wanna just be. Thank you, Don.
And now another dear, dear friend and fabulous artist and one of the most marvelous humans you will ever know. So glad that she was here. This night actually started out being Susan Gibson's gig, but she gave it up just so we could all come crash her gig, basically, you know. So.
And we're all the better for it. Let me just say.
Miss Susan Gibson.
Thank you, Don and Terry. Thanks, Society Hall, for giving us a place to hang out. And Walt and Pat, I'm just in love with both of you. I don't know if that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna try something new, because that seems like a good idea. So I came down here from my family. My dad's family's from Montana, and that's where I have been spending my summers. And so I came down from Montana for the barn dance, and tomorrow I will turn around and drive the 1,200 miles back up to get up there, because I checked the weather and it is 92 degrees in Wimberley, Texas today. So. At our place up there, this is a place that it's just been in our family forever and ever, and no matter where we lived, we would always go there, so it feels like I'm really grateful to have a physical location to go and be close to my parents and close to my childhood, and we don't have running water up there, and so we have an outhouse, and it's a nice one, let me just say. And one of the most pillar things in my memory of growing up there was doing the dishes, because we would have to go get water out of the spring and put it in a dish pan and heat it up on the stove and then do these dishes. And it was amazing what you would hear when you were eavesdropping on the older generations doing the dishes. You stack the plates, and I'll stack the cups. Go round and gather all Mom's coffee mugs. Wasn't that beef stroganoff just delicious? Homemade is the best, but it makes lots of dishes. Time to draw numbers, then roll the dice. High roller washes and low number dries. Remember the summer of '79 when Rochelle drew her number every time. We played Name That Tune, sang How Great Thou Art. Being part of a family means playing your part. The capital of Washington isn't Spokane, and you never use soap on a cast iron pan. My grandma was stern and she sang first soprano, vibrato as wide as a Steinway piano. She didn't know any words to our Hall and Oates song, but that didn't stop her from singing along. Did you know Dad's cousins had kidney disease? And Aunt Jessie forbade cutting down aspen trees. Keep Jiff on the table per Uncle Lee's wishes. I learned all of that while I was doing the dishes. We played 20 questions, sang God Only Knows. There are family traditions you never outgrow. We were clearing this lot as bombs fell on Japan. And you never used soap on a cast iron pan. Set the table, ring the bell. The girls will come up from the lake. Supper is ready, and how can you tell? 'Cause it's the first time the men took a break. Now it's just you and me and our creaky old bones. There are less dishes now that the kids are all grown. I'll wash and you dry, and we'll both put away. It's the perfect end to a perfect day. Thanks, y'all.
That was sweet, Susan. Beautiful song. Susan's been writing a bunch of great new songs. I've heard a few of them in the last few days.
I feel sorry for Don because he doesn't have a Don Richmond to play with him.
Oh, it's no problem. And anytime anybody feels like jumping in, you go ahead. Well, I'm just talking with friends Pam and Greg, and they said that they would take a little drive after they got up here from Taos, and they went out to see some cranes. The cranes are back for their fall vacation in the San Luis Valley. In the spring, people make a big deal out of the crane migration, and there's a crane festival and all that. But they come back through in the fall too, you know, and it's just a wonderful sign of the passing of the seasons for me. And when I first hear the cranes, I don't know if I've been down in Taos for a week. I don't know that I've heard them since they have arrived back in the valley. They spend the winters down south of Albuquerque in the Bosque del Apache wildlife preserve down there, and then they spend the summers up in Idaho, west of Yellowstone at Gray's Lake. And every year they make that pilgrimage twice a year. And it's like the little ones are hatched up at Gray's Lake, and can you imagine? You know, it's like, no pressure, youngster, but you know, you got to be big enough and strong enough to fly all the way to New Mexico by the time fall comes around. So, you know, eat your Wheaties, etc. But this is a love song I wrote quite a few years back, but it talks about those cranes as being a sign of spring. There's another line in there that I think most people won't get these days, but first line of the song is, "Today I caught the scent of earth as if for the first time." And if you remember old-time winters in the San Luis Valley, when it was 20 to 30 to 40 below at night and maybe got up to 0 during the day for like months on end, there's no smell. Nothing smells. It's all frozen. And when it first starts to thaw and you catch this green smell, it was like, wow. And then you hear the cranes. And anyway, like my wife said, don't make your introductions longer than the song, Don. Sorry, I forget sometimes. Today I caught the scent of earth as if for the first time, and the cranes are calling me from far above. I watched you throw open the window to the warm breeze, and I gave thanks for life and for your love. Like the cranes that still return from the bosque to bring the spring back up the Rio Grande. Like the water that runs down to the acequia to spread the green across the bottomland. Like the quickening of life and light returning to cause the seed to awaken and grow. So your love for me is like the springtime and the sunshine that melts the winter snow. I've been alone and I've seen the winter, but now I got another chance. Spring has come and I can start anew. And as the earth circles the sun and the never-ending dance, I give thanks the one I spin around is you. Like the cranes that still return from the bosque to bring the spring back up the Rio Grande. Like the water that runs down to the acequia to spread the green across the bottomland. Like the quickening of life and light returning that calls the seed to awaken and grow. So your love for me is like the springtime and the sunshine that melts the winter snow. As long as blood still fills the rivers in this body, and I can find the breath to speak your name, I will celebrate the seasons of this lifetime that are the rhythms of the song our love proclaims. Like the cranes that still return from the bosque, sprinting up the Rio Grande. Like the water that runs down to the acequia to spread the green across the bottomland. Like the quickening of life and light returning that calls the seed to awaken and grow. So your love for me is like the springtime and the sunshine that melts the winter snow. Yes, your love for me is like the springtime and the sunshine that melts the winter snow. Oh, thank you, thank you. One for the cranes.
That was amazing. Beautiful, Donna. Well, I have a song that's kind of inspired by nature. When I was 11 years old, my class in school took a field trip to the botanical gardens. They're a beautiful Japanese-style gardens in the Midlands in Ireland, and I don't remember anything about the trip, but at the end of it, There's 24 of us in the class, and each one of us got a small silver birch tree in a flower pot to bring home and plant in our gardens. And so we sat these baby trees on our laps and went home. And I grew up in a police station. My dad was a cop in my hometown. We're from a tiny village called Boris, which is a lot smaller than Alamosa. And so just one of the rooms in our house was the police station, which is a strange way to grow up, but that's where I planted the tree that I got. And my dad retired a few years after that, and so we left that home, and I totally forgot about this tree and never got to see it grow up. And you know, a couple of decades went by, and I moved to the States and forgot about the tree even more. And then a few years back, I was visiting friends in my hometown and noticed that they all had this beautiful big silver birch tree. And I remembered the day that we got them. And I wanted to go to the police station to see if mine was still standing there. So I drove to the police station. I could see it from the street. It was the tallest tree in the yard. And thought, that's cool. I wanted to go around the back and take a closer look. And went around, and it was a horrible looking tree. I planted it in a silly part of the garden. It was right in the corner up against the stone wall. And it was underneath the branches of the neighbour's apple tree that were hanging over the wall, and so the poor silver birch had to take this horizontal journey out around the corner of the wall and underneath the branches and all over the place. And then eventually it shot up and it was the tallest tree. I thought it was funny because all my friends' trees were perfectly perpendicular, just met with no resistance on their path to the sun. And they're all teachers and accountants and lawyers and doctors. And it just seemed like their trees knew what they were doing. And then looked at my tree and I was like, yeah, that's about right. But regardless of, you know, the path that the trees took, they were all the same height in the end. And I thought, I'm gonna write a song about that when I go back to Texas. It's called Small Trees. Do you remember those small trees they gave us at the Japanese gardens in 2001? And like beacons they stand now in our gardens at home as we venture out into the storm. Our canvas is blank, our odometer's low, our acquaintances yet to be found. And with every mistake, success and heartbreak, those roots find their way through the ground to the trees we're eternally bound. Don't dwell on your losses, don't count the days. You'll never get bigger hiding out in the shade. So lean towards the brightness, keep the darkness at bay. And if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way. He handed me harvest, then he jumped on a train, and I got back in the backseat alone, staring out at the clouds. Distant mountains move slow, whizzing past telephone poles. A man needs a maid, heart of gold, old man. But the disc started skipping before I got to Alabama, but the damage was done, so I started the record once more. And I rested my head to the door. Don't dwell on your losses, don't count your days. You'll never get bigger hiding out in the shade. So lean towards the brightness, keep the darkness at bay. And if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way. Yeah, if the light gets obstructed, we'll find another way. Thank you. Thank you, Don.
Oh, what a great song.
I like Pat and I are becoming friends. We've seen each other, met a year ago, and heard about him, and how people talk about it was kind of intimidating. But he's just like us, y'all. Except he's really tall and handsome and charismatic and a brilliant songwriter. And I like the way he says heart. I'm like when I say heart, it's like heart. Heart. I'm having a great day. I love this town. I've been here a lot now, thanks to Don and Terry and all the cool things they do in this new the Howlin Dog group. Of all the things they're creating art and creating stories, and I believe in it. I believe in stories. They're an anchor of our existence, and what separates us from a lot of other creation. We have our stories, and they're making way and creating space for people to tell the stories of who we are and who we'd like to be. And that is no small thing. And it's an honor to be adjacent to this group, because they're all such wonderful folks, you know. Into a ditch from an icy road, in a late night telephone call, your voice is fire and honey and angels. You understand? In a Nashville alley in the rain, feeling more like a shadow than a man, I say my name twice to the bricks just to hear it bounce back again. I would not make it through. I would not make it. I would not make it through without you. Sometimes it's a telephone line, sometimes it's water, and sometimes wine. Sometimes the ancient blessing of paint, hammer, and nail. Sometimes it's eyes down in the weeds, far from the banks of the river of peace, looking for signs of each other's hearts, lost along this trail. I would not make it through. I would not make it. I would not make it through without you. I heard your voice in the Brazos River bottom cave, and I heard your voice in a Hispaniola rain. I'm always quick to the street, dreaming while you pick me up. So many times that I have stumbled, and you set me on my way again. Driving home through a field of stars, silver and gold on a blanket of big blue mystery. Who else could I bring these stories to? Your kiss tastes like magic wishes, like hopes and dreams. I love telling these secrets on your skin. In the quiet next to you, I would not make it through. I would not make it. I would not make it through without you. Oh. I would not make it through. I would not make it. I would not make it through without you.
Oh, thank you, Walt.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you.
I love that song so much. So we did the math today at dinner. Don and I made an EP up here in 2014. And this is a song that's on that EP. We did it when all the Red River songwriters were up here for our festival. And then we ran over, we had already recorded most of this song, and then they all sang on it. And it was, well, Don and I were the icing. They were actually the cake. But this is a song I wrote for my town of Wimberley, Texas, in 2015 when we had our biblical flood. And this summer when it started, the 4th of July flood down there in Hunt, it was such a weird thing to watch that from so far away. So this is called Little Piece of Heaven. Jewel of the Blanco River. Postcards and t-shirts advertise a little piece of heaven. These trees have stood for centuries with their feet in the blue-green water, witnesses to world wars and the christening of generations of sons and daughters. Amen. 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 We built our homes out of the rock, and we've always prayed for rain. A faithful and a fragile flock withstand another drought again. And as the storm clouds gather and the dust turns into mud, we grab onto each other. It's the only way to survive the flood. Amen. 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 lost it all. And I'm thankful for the safety net, the folks who catch us when we fall. Amen. To those who are left upon the shore, to behold the cruel ascension, new angels knocking on the door of a little piece of heaven. Thank you guys.
Oh, beautiful.
Pat, I'm so excited you get to record with Dawn.
Me too.
It is so fun.
I really can't wait.
It's pretty stressful over there, Pat. Just want to give you a heads up.
I can tell.
You know, the flood that Susan wrote that song about, the Rifters had played a house concert out at Susan's place. She lives outside in the out of town, quite a ways out in the country. And her land backs up on the river. But the river is down this pretty big hill, pretty big bluff, and then across some flat, and you see this little bitty river out there. You know, it looks like a lot like the Rio Grande does right now, which is not very much water in it. And she posted pictures on Facebook, or maybe she sent them to me, I don't know. But that barbed wire fence, that I was standing at that barbed wire fence looking down that hill and then across that flat to that little bitty river. That fence had flood debris on it. And I bet I was 50 vertical feet and 300 horizontal feet from that river. I mean, you know, you say things are unbelievable or incredible, which means the same thing. It really was. It's like, no. I stood at that fence. That couldn't happen, but it did. You know, thankfully it didn't come up her land any further and didn't impact her house, but it really was unbelievable. Well, I figured with all that laid-back music, I better do a little picking, you know, or something like that. This is a song about the joy of running around in the middle of nowhere, having no idea where you're going. It's one of my favorite things, and where there are no trails, no roads, no nothing, and just kind of wander. And life's a lot like that, a lot of the time, you know. It's like, there may have been a trail, but I lost it a long time ago. Anyway, it's a little song called No Borders. This song has both the most words and the most chords of any song I've ever written. Kind of a stream of consciousness thing. Well, I love to look at maps to find where the roads don't go out beyond the fences to some place that I don't know. Oh, I wear right on, see no line, scratched across this land. There's something there I hunger for and long to understand. And freedom calls so softly that it scares me, talking sweet, then it double dares me. There's no borders on this land, I see no limit to this love. No map to show the way to go, except for what we're dreaming of. No boundary that can hold us back, except what's in our minds. No path to mark our passing, except for what we leave behind. Well, it's a long and winding road to walk, if you must walk alone. Thank you for companionship and all the love we've known. Always scan the ground for footprints, search the sky for signs. We hope our hearts can find the path we can't see with our minds. Yet here we stand, our directions calling. We take a step, be it flying or falling. There's no borders on this land, I see no limit to this love. No map to show the way to go, except for what we're dreaming of. No boundary that can hold us back, except for what's in our minds. No path to mark our passing, except for what we leave behind. Sometimes our lives seem so full of things that we don't need, but to compensate for all that we have lost. But now we see what we really want was missed in the confusion, hid behind trinkets and illusions. There's no borders on this land, I see no limit to this love. No map to show the way to go, except for what we're dreaming of. No boundary that can hold us back, except for what's in our minds. No path to mark our passing, except for what we leave behind. There's no borders on this land, I see no limit to this love. No map to show the way to go, except for what we're dreaming of. No boundary that can hold us back, except for what's in our minds. No path to mark our passing, except for what we leave behind. Thank you, thank you.
There's a lot of magic in you. A lot of songs I write tend to be sadder. That's just what comes out. And I'm not really, people that know me know I'm not that sad a person. But I guess they're easier to write or something. And my dad always begs me to stop writing sad songs. So I wrote this one for him, which was, it's kind of a song about, you know, no matter how bad it feels sometimes, it's still pretty good, the life that I have. And it's called Capsize. I'm going to tune it better than that. And it's in G if anyone wants to play along. I'd love to hear that banjo on it. It's got 3 banjos.
We don't want to gang up on you.
It's 1:30, it's midday sun, it's let's just get away. It's a midweek holiday. It's a case of wine. Name your place and time. It's not security. It's not stability. I don't have money, no place, no plan, but it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. I'm easy, I'm slow, I can be lazy, I know, but I'm right where I wanna be. So spare me the third degree. I'm the ripple in your drink, I'm a smile that's out of sync. I'm the rainbow at your funeral. I speak in Roman numerals. I'm almost inconsumable. My parachute's on fire, but it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. Take it away, Donnie. But you know, like I know, I'm the bottom of the pyramid. I'm socially inhibited, I'm headstrong, but it's a heavy load, and the wolves are at the door. But it's better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all. All together. So much better than a smooth ride, better than waiting for low tide, better than watching from ringside, better than taking the fall, better than missing every sunrise, trying not to capsize. It's better than a compromise, better than nothing at all, better than nothing at all, better than nothing at all. What a band! Thank you. Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll do a song, and then Susan will do a song. We'll take a break, and this is a great night. Beautiful night in a beautiful town. Beautiful folks. This is our third waltz in the set. We're kind of pushing some sort of rule, I'm sure, somewhere in that. Someone somewhere tonight is taking their first steps, letting go of the hands that have held them, and trusting themselves. While someone somewhere tonight is hearing their last rites, hoping with all their might that there's something else. Well, baby, lie down here beside me, and let's lie real still, and tell me you love me, and you always will. Someone somewhere tonight is tasting their first kiss, whispering softly this wish for this night to go on, while someone somewhere is holding on to a bottle, pouring one more and praying that God will get them through till the dawn. Well, baby, lie down here beside me, and let's lie real still, and tell me you love me, and you always will. Someone somewhere tonight is stuck in a prison, and they're breathing, but they're just barely living behind walls of their own. But someone somewhere tonight just found their own wings, found some beauty, found some strength, found some meaning in spite of it all. Yeah, baby, lie down here beside me, and let's lie real still, and tell me you love me, and you always
Well, welcome.
This actually feels like a really good time for a break right now. I love that song so much. Sorry. So Pat took an interest in the banjo today at Soundcheck. And I was like, well, here, let me show you a couple things.
While that was happening, I was calling protective services of some kind. We already had 2 banjos on stage then. I was like, what? What? If you play them at the same time, can you hear either one? What happens? I don't... I'm sorry, it's banjo. Banjos.
Well, I was trying to show him a couple things on the banjo, and then I look over and there's Don sitting there, and I'm like, wait a minute. I got an idea. And I've been playing this banjo. I've been playing this banjo since about 1997. And when people ask me how long I've played the banjo, I usually say, well, someone loaned it to me today at Soundcheck. And who doesn't know what I'm talking about? Who's never left home, who's never struck out to find a dream and a life of their own. A place in the clouds, foundation of stone. Many precede and many will follow. A young girl's dreams no longer hollow. It takes the shape of a place out west. What it holds for her, she hasn't yet guessed. She needs wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the high stakes. She traveled this road as a child, wide-eyed and grinning, she never tired. But now she won't be coming back with the rest. If these are life's lessons, she'll take this test. She needs wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the high stakes. As she packs her things, she feels she left something out. Her friends and her family, her dog, and this house. She turns around to find her old room bare. Looks at the U-Haul, it has to fit in there. And as her folks drive away, her dad yells, check the oil. Mom stares out the window, she says, I'm leaving my girl. She said it did not seem like that long ago, when she stood there and watched her own world go. She needed wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows the high stakes. She knows the high stakes. Thank
Susan
ya.
Gibson, ladies and gentlemen, and yes,
Don Richmond.
she did write that song. We're going to take a little break. All these folks have some great merch back there, and they're donating their time tonight to this cause, so they would appreciate anything you can send their way for that. But once again, thank you so much for being here to support the cause, support good music, support community, support, good things happening. They got refreshments back there, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks so much.
Everyone ready for a second half? Wow. And we're keeping you all up past your bedtime, but too bad. One thing I forgot to announce, and I think Terry forgot to announce, if you have another $10 you can squeeze out, pick up a vase of sunflowers as you go, because I don't want to haul them all back to the green spot. So, and an opportunity could be arising if you are a painter, because, to save money or whatever, we will be painting the inside, and when they stucco, it's a job opportunity for free. And, I see Joanne Clayton in here. Where are you, Joanne? She's right back there. Her and I painted all of these walls and this room back here. And one of these days, we're going to get back to this room. But anyway, if you're interested in having a painting party, let me know, and be a week or two down the line. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ruthie. There's a lot of people that have contributed a lot to this Society Hall, and a lot of people that have put a bunch of work into it, and a lot of great donations that we've received over the years. But there's one reason why this place exists, and one person, and that's Ruthie Brown. I guarantee it. She was the one that called Terry and I up, said, those folks at the Christian Science Church, they want to sell that building. You ought to come look at it. And she will tell you over and over again that it took 6 weeks for me to get into town to look at it. That may be an exaggeration, I don't know. May have only been 5.5, but as soon as I walked in, it's like, oh, we gotta do something with this. Well, no. It wasn't quite like that. No, but that's basically true. You're saying we're too busy already. We can't get involved in some other thing, And then you walk in and say, "Oh, that just went out the window. This is too beautiful, Probably would have been bought by a bank and bulldozed for a parking lot. That's probably what would have happened. So it's like, what's that? Yeah. Give it to Ruth. And anyway, like she said earlier, we're going to have our annual celebration for Society Hall on September 20th, that's Saturday, and there'll be some great music there. Fred Hargrove, my band, the Rifters, and Michael Hearn and South by Southwest. So that's a pretty good lineup.
Michael
Hearn, you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be here, and it's going to be outside on the street, and we'll get one of the city stages and all that. And it's free. It's free of charge. Of course, we'll be accepting any donations that anybody wants to give. If you win that lottery ticket, etc. And thank you all for supporting, once again, Howlin Dog Music Group. I talked to some folks that said they had just become patrons over the break there, and we so appreciate that. I promise you, I swear that we will put that money to very good use, that it will help more music get out into the world. And while Pat's going to record up here, the money is the artists to take wherever they want. They don't that they can record in Timbuktu, Afghanistan, maybe not Afghanistan, but Austin, wherever they want. So anyway, it seems like a good thing. I got a request for a song, an old song of mine that talks about, well, you know, we're so fortunate to live in this beautiful area that we live in, and I've been so fortunate to get to run around playing music in it. And I appreciate the beauty, but you also sort of numb out to it a little bit, you know. It's like, if you didn't numb out to the beauty of, you know, the San Luis Valley and the Sangre de Cristos and the mountains and everything else, if you didn't numb out a little bit, you'd just kind of lay on your back in your driveway and twitch. But sometimes it seems like something bends down and it pulls the blinders off, and you are just skewered by the beauty. And that's what this song was about. It's a song called Wide Open, and you guys know all the words to the chorus because I just said them. So feel free.
High water in the lowlands, flags bluer than the sky, lambs playing like they don't know why they're here. In a meadow so green, that it could split me wide open, like I ain't got no skin. Wide open, I just can't take it. Wide open, snow runs clear down the mountains to the gray cloud piled up so high. Rain on the sage perfumed like God's first breath, as the rainbow curtain comes down. I swear it splits me wide open, like I ain't got no skin. Wide open, I just can't take it in. Wide open, and so I reach across to touch you, try to tell you how I feel. Then I see your eyes and I know there is no need. All this and more is shining there. And I swear it splits me wide open to the seven seas and four winds. Wide open, I've wide open, wide
Oh, thank you, thank you. That was for Jason.
Beautiful. I had the best seat in the house there, looking at the two of you making out with each other.
It was pretty groovy there for a second.
I was getting excited. Despite this Texas accent I've picked up, I'm actually from the country of Ireland. And I moved to Austin, Texas 8 or 9 years ago. And to be a songwriter, and music's the only job I've ever had, and I wouldn't want to do anything else, but it's not the easiest career choice. And this is kind of an autobiographical song about that. And I broke a string while tuning up earlier, so I hope this stays in tune. Can I get some more of this guitar, please?
I landed on the runway in Chicago, bought a coffee, then I traded it for a beer. And the connecting flight to Austin felt like nothing. I'm gonna give this place the best part of a year. And the woman at the motel is hard of hearing. She doesn't understand the way I speak. So I straighten out my accent and give her every last cent. Said I need a room to see me through the week. And I'm hungry, but the work's not coming easy. I'm tired except for when I'm not awake. I put on my shirt and tie, tell myself another lie. No, you're not gonna miss another lucky break. And I wake up early in the morning and fill the day with useful things to do. But the only time it ever feels like living is when I'm down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, hiding from the circus, down beneath the surface with you. last night was wrapped up by 11. There was 11 people breathing in that air. 2 knew my name, 2 just watched the game, 7 drowning sorrow with despair. These Sunday nights, they're breaking me so slowly, chasing down that runaway thrill. Sometimes trying to play the game feels like trying to find a vein. I'm sick and tired of pushing water up this hill, but still I'll wake up early every morning, and I'll fill the day with useful things to do. But the only time it ever feels like living is when I'm down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, hiding from the circus, down beneath the surface with you. When I'm running from the ruckus, I'm hiding from the circus, when I'm down beneath the surface with you.
Thank you. Cheers, Don.
Beautiful, Pat. Thank you.
That song was in my head all day today. That was my song. That is a brilliant song.
Yeah, it is. I was singing it because I love it, and then I had this flashback to Saturday night when Pat was trying to teach Drew and Josh and Walt a pirate song. And he's kind of a taskmaster when it comes to singing your parts and stuff.
He's very serious.
And he was very serious about it.
Yeah.
And so then I had to pull back a little bit on that one, 'cause I thought, man, I don't want him dressing me down in front of all these people.
I really whipped you into shape on that pirate song.
You really did.
We did pretty good by the end, I thought. Last night, I think it was last night or 2 nights ago, Pat said, we should do that song on Sunday. I was like, I don't know. No.
Speak for yourself.
It's 14 minutes long.
Yeah,
okay, so-
it's a long one. Well, the oceans are large.
Last time I was here about 6 weeks ago, I'm pretty sure that I forced myself onto this show, but I just love it here, you know. And the last time I was here, I was just on. The next day, I was about to spend 6 days with these folks that I grew up with. We've been friends for 50 years. It's our 50 years. Shit. And we met when we were 14. And we've gone through all the things that you go through, friendships, the good and the really, really, really hard. Christmas whiskey is almost gone. We've talked all night, it's almost dawn. Got a long road ahead. We all go as we are led. While I'm covering ground, you keep these records spinning around. we've got history and wild tales. We are a long, winding trail, and it's deep and it's real. Who we are and what we feel, with all that we've been through, a part of me stays with you. Oh, so it goes. These moments like gold. Time, it bends and folds. We move on, but we hold on to everything we've been through the rain and wind till we're together again. Now there's light up against the hill, and there's frost on the windowsill. Soon I'll be through the air and gone, just like a song. Well, here's to you and me and this mystery. Oh, so it goes. These moments like gold. Time, it bends and folds, and we move on, but we hold on to everything we've been through the rain and wind till we're together again. Till we're together again.
Can I ask you a favor? If I do another song, I'm going to do another new song. And then, can you read that? Either that or... Thank you for that.
Susan and I met on the 5th day after September 11th at a gig that I wish had been canceled. Tina and I lived in Nashville at the time, and she was 6.5 months pregnant. And we didn't want to be apart that week, so she said, I'll go with you. Come play this gig outside of Wichita Falls in the Last Picture Show, the actual Last Picture Show, the theater in Archer City. And and Tina is not a complainer. And we got to Memphis, and she said, and I had this little tiny old Mazda pickup. And she said, I cannot do another 9 hours. I said, it's cool. Took her home, back to Nashville, and hit the road to get to the gig. Drove all night, listened to the radio. Remember the radio that week was just news. That's all it was. It was a beating, and I fell asleep in a drive-through getting breakfast in McKinney, Texas, and I bumped into a soccer mom who lost her shit at me. It was tough. It was a tough week for everybody. So I get to the gig, and I had never met Susan or Owen Temple. The three of us were playing together. And I met them both that night, and within 60 seconds of meeting both of them, I knew I had a friend for a lifetime. This is as good as people get right here. Besides being a genius songwriter.
Thanks, Walt. We were talking about it at dinner. We all got drunk that night, and Walt has his dad there, and I had my mom there, and it was the first time I'd ever seen my mom drink out of a whiskey bottle. I was so proud of her. So, I went through a real parched period of songwriting, and I'm really prioritizing it, I guess, is really the big change, not just waiting for it to happen. But I made this promise to myself that I wasn't going to sit around thinking unless I had a guitar in my hand. And so I came up with this one. And Walt is going to be my teleprompter, should I need it. I hold the key to this prison I'm in. I laid every concrete block. I cast the iron for the bars on the window, and I installed every lock. There's nobody living in the cell next to me. There's nobody guarding the door. There's marks on the walls for each day that I'm in here, but I'm not counting days anymore. And I'm trying to go out of my mind. Every time I'm almost free, I just get caught. That'll get better. I roll the tape, then I rewind. I'm thinking that I'm thinking about the thoughts I thought I thought. I suppose I could have walked a straight and narrow route and saved myself some trouble along the way. Imagine feeling innocent, so clean and unpolluted, if I wasn't always digging my own grave. I wonder if I'll ever find a love that understands me, and if I should recognize it when we meet. I worry that I'll lose it if I don't submit completely. And would that mean alone I'm incomplete? And I'm trying to go out of my mind. Every time I'm almost free, I just get caught. I roll the tape, then I rewind. I'm thinking that I'm thinking about the thoughts I thought. I assume that I'll get tired of this eventually. Maybe I'll go out and break a sweat. Even those in solitary get an hour of reprieve. It probably wouldn't be as good as I expect. Thanks, Walt. Thank you so much. Thank you, Don. You know, that's how all of my songs are written, is imagining Walt Wilkins whispering the lyrics in my ear, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
All right, well, I think we're just going to do one more round because, you know, it's getting late and it's a school night for some people and all that. So, but I got another request that I want to get in here. It's a song off not the most recent Rifters album, but the one before that. And I've noticed, you know, as that I've gotten older, is that I write more songs about getting older. And this is one of those. But you know, there's a reason why, you know, why your knees might be creaky and your back might hurt and you know, other things might be talking back to you. And that reason is because you lived and you did stuff. You know, you didn't sit in a bubble, you know, which wouldn't work anyway, but, you know, you earned those aches and pains out there somehow, one way or another. So that's sort of where this song came from. You look in the mirror and wonder why the hair is gray and the skin is lined and the eyes are tired from all they've seen. They've lost some vision and some dream. Well, it's 'cause you live. It's 'cause you took the chance and did the dance. 'Cause you didn't shirk the duty or the work. And if you couldn't guess, you said yes. And you gave everything you had to give. It's 'cause you live. The back talks back as you get out of bed, and the knees speak of every chase you led. And you wonder why your heart so steady for so long is now dancing to some different song. Yeah, it's 'cause you live. It's 'cause you took the chance and did the dance. 'Cause you didn't shirk the duty or the work. Though you couldn't guess, you said yes. And you gave everything you had to give. 'Cause you live.
wisdom knows less and less, and more you're unimpressed, yet you still fall for the eyes of a child, for that part of you still young and wild. Yeah, it's 'cause you live, it's 'cause you took the chance and did the dance, 'cause you didn't shirk the duty of the work. And though you couldn't guess, you said yes, and you gave everything you had to give. It's 'cause you live. Thank you. You know, I was going to say, take it, Susan, but she said earlier, you know, I can play banjo just fine, but as soon as somebody says, take it, Susan, I freeze up and I can't do it. So you notice I didn't say that, even though I thought it.
You were thinking it, though. I could feel it.
Well, it's because I dropped my pick right then, you know, but anyway.
Well, thank you so much for having me and including me in this. What an amazing...
Yeah, Pat Byrne.
And thanks to the Howlin Dog for giving me a bunch of money. This is... It really is hard to exist as a songwriter. Making music is so expensive and it pays nothing. So I really appreciate it. Thanks to Terry and Don and everyone with Howlin Dog. I'm going to leave you with this 14-minute pirate song. You don't need to do another song, do you?
No, I don't.
No, I'm joking.
I'll donate.
Or
my
I could just text everyone the recording we made the other night.
Yeah.
Open your AirDrop. We have a great video. I'm going to leave you with this one. This is a song I wrote for my mother, who I lost a couple of years ago, and it's just a bunch of things I'd love to hear from her. It's called Mam's Song. There's an emptiness here, now you're gone. There's one less voice in my world. There's one less number in my phone. And my safety net fell flush to the floor. Now it's a deathly trapeze. What am I doing it for? But you come to me in the night, singing Edelweiss and giving me wisdom. And you say, what's for you won't pass you. They can't buy you what you don't sell. If everybody loves you, then you're not being yourself. Value minutes more than pennies. Don't ever put a price tag on your soul. And let go of the begrudgers. Hold on to your friends. Keep close the ones that love you, 'cause they'll be there in the end. Fill yourself up with kindness. Don't let malice have a place in your soul.
You're not on your own. I'm deep in your fabric. You're taking me with you wherever you go. So don't be afraid. I'm here on the sideline. I'll walk with you in the darkness. I'll celebrate the light. But you're not on your own. So I'll keep singing until I can't sing anymore. I'll see your face in the crowd. I'll remember the things that you wore. And I'll strive to be the man you taught me to be. And then when the waters get rough, in my dreams you'll whisper to me, you're not on your own. I'm deep in your fabric. You're taking me with you wherever you go. So don't be afraid. I'm here on the sideline. I'll walk with you through the darkness. I'll celebrate the light. But you're not on your own. I'm deep in your fabric. You're taking me with you wherever you go. So don't be afraid. I'm here on the sideline. I'll walk with you in the darkness. I'll celebrate the light. But you're not on your own.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song. I love that song.
Pat Byrne, y'all.
Yeah, Pat Byrne.
God damn them all.
I wonder how at the house that we were doing that in, it sits on a ridge above the valley, like like toward the river. I wonder how many hundreds of people out there were like, what? I got to record. I have a new record, and some of it was recorded with Don over down the street, and it was just an incredible experience hanging out. And I actually went a day and a half without eating meat of any kind because Terry's such a great cook, you know. And then I was like, I guess I could do this, but I haven't since then. But here's one of the songs that we recorded, Don and I, that's on this record. It's the last song on the record. It's a song by my friend, our friend actually, Kevin Welch. And
Yeah.
but no lie, this venue is one of my favorite handful of venues I've ever played in my life. I love being here, and tonight was really special with my old friends and my new friend and y'all. So thank you. way past midnight. Everyone's asleep. Outside my window, it's quiet on the street. My bags are packed, my guitar too. Taxi's coming, there's nothing left for me to do. Oh Lord, keep your eye on my friends. I just feel better knowing you're watching them. I've got to go now, take a little spin. But while I'm gone, keep your eye on my friends. Yeah, it's time to get home now. Going home the only way I know how, y'all. I go steady and slow. Steady and slow. But someday I hope to be back if the creek don't rise and all the stuff like that. Oh Lord, keep your eye on this place. Keep it warm and keep it safe. You know I depend on your grace. While I'm gone, keep your eye on this place. This is just a prayer, like any other. No more, no less. Just a prayer, like any other. One more time, man, please, please say yes. And Lord, keep your eye on me. You know how reckless and how foolish I can be. Light my way so I can see. Oh Lord, keep your eye on me. And Lord, keep your eye on my friends. And sweet Lord, keep your eye on this place. Kevin
Walt
Welch.
Wilkins, ladies and gentlemen.
Kevin Welch song. That's beautiful, Don.
One more from Miss Susan Gibson.
What a fun night. Y'all are kind of hardcore. How many folks were at the barn dance? Yes. That's incredible. I bet you are.
Yeah, everybody's beat to hell.
All right, well, then I'm going to play you a lullaby, and then we'll just throw some blankets over the top of you.
Thanks again for being part of this beautiful evening.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's just such a gift that you have given us and given each other and given these organizations and everything for just being here and for being part of this. And you know, we so appreciate you, and I so appreciate my sister and brothers up here for you know, being part of this, and so appreciate Society Hall, Ruthie and Sarah and Kate and all the board members and everybody that works here, and Robert on the sound and Brian on the video, and
Yeah, buddy.
and you know, this is a great gift to us, to me, and to the organization. So thank you for being part of it, and sing us on home.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah,
we all
absolutely.
travel all the time. What y'all have here is really special.
Yeah.
It's really special.
And can I say one thing? You know, I was just thinking, like how awesome is it to have this company of people that will support a songwriter after they've made the record and they put it out. But think of what a trip it is that you guys are all here supporting the songwriter before they've even made the thing. That is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Do you want to say one more thing? Pat, you got anything? Anybody have anything to add tonight? Remember, you don't have to wait for a Howlin' Dog event to support Howlin' Dog. You can write a check, give some cash, Venmo, back rubs, livestock, whatever, you know. You came along, a traveling salesman, knocked on my door until I let you in. There was no telling, I don't want what you're selling, but you insisted I'm happy again. I said I'm too busy, I'm too important, I don't have time to be playing your games. You said you don't look that busy, you said daylight is burning, wasting it is such a shame. You came along and you had the remedy, something to help me get over my blues. And sunshine and snake oil, blue fades to yellow. I'm lucky that you came along. You spread out your trinkets, baubles and toys, shiny and sparkling, the pockets of little boys. And I never knew these were things that I needed up until you came along. That's your very own Don Richmond. And you came along, and all of my planning, it flew out the window and migrated south. And just like the wind, you know, when I can't see you, I still feel you hanging around. And tomorrow, maybe next week. Red Rover, come over, we'll play hide and seek. And I'm making promises that I've got to keep. Ever since you came along, just because you came along, only 'cause you came. Na 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 na. You came along, along, along. Yeah, yeah. Yo, thank you so much. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Terry.
Susan Gibson, Walt Wilkins, Pat Byrne, and Don Richmond. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart, certainly.
Y'all were awesome.
Be
Thank
well.
you. Go spread love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. What a gift.